Alright, this is the start of episode 7, I think. Since then we'll be doing a fair bit of work stripping. And no great surprises, thank goodness. I can show you what I've found so far. We started work on the boot. This has already been stripped completely back to metal, and no problems at all on there, apart from the fact that I noticed that one of the badges on the back of the car, when it was on the car, this one here was a bit low, so I've actually welded the hole up and put the hole up a tiny bit so that it doesn't look stupid on the back of the car. So after the boot, did this back quarter here, got a little bit of damage through the centre here. It looks like it had to scrape it sometime through its life, so there's a bit of bog in there. I've stripped all the bog out and I'll just make that a little tidier than it is now, because there wasn't a lot of effort put into the panel work before the bog was put in that one. This is that's the driver's side of the car. This is the driver's door. I've stripped this out. This one here had a couple of low spots where there was a small amount of bog in there, but now that I've got the car completely open inside, I can get inside the door and we should better get that a lot better than what it was. It's got just some gentle hollows in those three in the bottom. I'm sure we can get that a lot better than it is. So this episode will be mostly playing with the body and getting the paint off it, which has been a bit of a drama. Some of it I've used strip up and then a 4-inch wheel. Other stuff I've just used the snap-on whizzer and just gone with a rough paper, 80 grade, and it seems to be working alright so far. It's just a very slow process. But a panel at a time, I'll just concentrate one at a time, we'll get there. I'll show you when there's more paint off it. Just taken the left-hand door off, and I've just had a bit of a clean up around the outside and the edges of this. I'm just going to show you the condition of the door. It's really hard to believe that that's a 50-year-old door. I definitely got lucky with these, haven't had to touch the doors at all. Inside's good as well. I'm yet to strip the front of it, but I'm just about to do that now, so we'll see what we can find. Back soon. Okay, it's finally all stripped. The only part that hasn't been done now is the two front guards, but I'm going to put the front end on the car before I do that, because we want to line it up and there's a bit of repair work to do. The reason I've got it sitting upside down is because I found a spot of rust in one of the side panels in the side here. And I've actually been putting a bit of sealer in here. What I discovered was, along here, there's a strengthening piece here, and inside that strengthening piece is a piece of felt, the same as the one that comes down the side here. And this piece of felt at some stage must have got wet, because it created a bit of a rust mark inside, and it actually came through. There's only a tiny little hole, but it was enough for a start. So what I've done is I've recessed the hole a tiny bit, put some lead in there, and then I've gone back and sealed the back of it again with the KBS. So with a bit of luck, that should last it. It's lasted this long, so it should be okay. I noticed that both sides where the lead joint was, through here, was dreadful, and that was from the factory. Initially when I looked at it, the car had wobbles all the way through it, but it was purely just the lead hadn't been finished up properly. So a bit of filler has fixed it up. Same with the lead joint here, and the lead joint on the end as well. Apart from that, everything's pretty well done now. As I said, apart from the guards, I've got the front panel all prepared there for gloss black, which I'll paint before I put the front end on, although the front end might come off again soon. The bonnet and the guard and the boot, they're all finished completely, and they've got just a coat of black onto etch primer, and the back's all done as well. So all we need to do now is do the two front guards and do the front end. So there's the next job on the ground. I'm going to pull that apart completely, give it a bit of a paint job, and I've got every ball joint, every bush and every rubber to put it back into nice and new again. So I'll do that next and pull that apart. Catch you later. Well, here we are again, Sunday morning. After much cleaning yesterday, got all of this apart and cleaned it up, got it painted, and now we're going to put it all back together. If anybody's ever done these before, getting these bushes out of the subframe, real bugger, until you make up a few different tools to help you along the way. At the moment, I've got bits and pieces strung all over the place. There's everything hanging ready to go. Oh, there it is there. Everything's ready to go, and I've set out everything here so that I'm pretty sure I've got everything that I need to finish the job. All the bushes, all the ball joints. There was one little trick that I realised yesterday. Obviously you can't get these ones wrong, the big ones. The top ones aren't the same. There's a right and left. And I didn't actually take notice how they come out yesterday. These as well, I don't believe that they're right and left. I've had a good look at those and they're the same. But these here, you've got a different shape. So you can actually put them on the other side if you're not careful. So a word of advice to actually watch that when you pull them apart to make sure they go back in the right way, because you could put them back in the wrong way. As well as that, up in the spring tower, up inside, they've got these nylon rings. And I don't know why, but for some reason there was one in one side and two on the other side, so I'll just put them back in the same way that they come out, 1 and 2. Apart from that, that'll be today's little exercise to put that together, and we'll see how we go. It's just a matter of compressing the springs when I get it back in there to get the ball joints back in. So we'll see what happens. Alright, that's it for now. Well, I wasn't too sure when I was going to get around to putting the primer under the metal, and it had been like it for a few days, so I thought I'll play it safe and put some, I whiz the body down again so it's clear metal again, nice and clean, no build up on it, and I'll put some extra primer on that as well, so that'll give us a bit of bit of leeway with time, and that way I can get the rest of the wheels ready. An update and where we're up to, and what I've found, and I'll show you what work I've been doing the last about a week's worth. First thing I got sorted out was the front end cross member. So now it's got all new ball joints, all new bushes, all greased up, ready to go. The only thing I haven't done yet is I haven't tensioned these up, because I think you're really meant to put them on the car first and get the weight down on the motor in the car, because the inner part of the bush actually has a line on it and it actually locks into the metal, and it's only work on the rubber. I think if you tighten it up now at this stage, it'll, by the time you put the weight on it, it'd actually put too much force on the rubber and destroy your rubbers. So I can put those on when I get back in the car. So I can put that aside now until I'm ready for the front end to go on. The front end, I've actually had it all apart, upside down, inside out, and cleaned every part of it. So it's ready for a black gloss, which I believe is meant to be in the Monaros and the Brahms. So that's all tidy and prepared. The frames behind are great. There's no rust whatsoever in the whole front end. I got lucky with that one. I've been fitting the guards up to make sure they're going to fit okay. And the front panel here, that one there had a nasty bump in it, so we've had to repair that. The inner panel there and the outside panel, that's been fixed up and the guard fits okay. When I had a close look at both the guards, I think I'm going to end up with a patch here somewhere. In the inner guard, there's a lump that comes in and almost touches the outside skin here, and rubbish builds up between, and we've got rust spot in the middle there somewhere. I can tell there's a bit of rust coming through, so I think I'll be cutting a piece out there and welding a piece in and finishing it up again, and then I can finish the guards off. The body's all now in black etch primer, and I'm just waiting now to get the front end on, get the wheels on it. I can put it on a trailer and I can take it up and have a friend that I can use their spray booth and put a few good coats of primer filler on it. Then I can bring it back here and block it up and get it as straight as I possibly can. So that's where we're up to at the moment. And this front end, I'm just waiting on some paint to come in, and I'm going to do the KBS underneath it, the same as it's underneath the car, and I'll put the black gloss on the top of the engine bay. I will also put the black gloss in on the front of the firewall as well. That's all prepared for the gloss as well. I'll let you know when we've done more. See ya. Let me show you what I found. I've just taken that bit of paint off the bottom there, and sure enough, little rusty holes. So it looks like there will be a patch around here. This is about the area where that lump is in the back. It's right there actually. So I'll be taking a bit more out and make sure there's good metal all the way around, and then clean up inside and just put a patch in there and butt weld it, and very slowly butt weld it and try and not distort it too much, because it's actually in pretty good shape at the moment. So I'm presuming the other ones are like that, so I'll end up doing both of them. I'll show you well a little bit further along. Let's see what we got. What a beauty. I think you'll find that if Holden didn't put this lump here, which is a lump on top of the inner guard, because that was almost touching there, and for some reason it's meant to be there. I don't know why, but because of that, that's caused all those holes in here. But the good thing is there's good metal around it, so I'll just clean this out, get this back to metal, put a coating of KBS on it to seal it up. I might even actually bump that in a little bit so it's not sitting so close to the outer guard. Maybe that'll improve it a little bit. And also at the back here there's meant to be a drain to release any water in there, which was blocked up when I first cleaned them out. So without that drain being open, you won't get water through. I'll make sure that hole's probably twice the size that it was before, and hopefully it'll release more water, and you just got to remember to put your hose in there occasionally and clean it out. Alright, I'll let you know when it's all cleaned up. See ya. I've set up this guard so you can see the corner I was talking about where it blocks up, and I've got a torch up the back there so you can actually see in there. I'll show you what it is. So this is the tiny hole here, which is as big as your thumb there, but the problem is the material's only about 3/16 from the outer guard. So once it gets blocked up, that's the end of it. So, you know, why they couldn't have put a much larger hole in here and a bit of a relief to let stuff out, it would have saved an awful lot of guards, a lot of problems. Because the rest of the guard underneath is fine. There's no troubles at all with it, apart from that corner. Everything's really good. Even the back corner here, there's no dramas in here. It's all nice and clean. That black is just the original black on the guard, I think, because it's overspray red on the outside of it, which is the original paint. The only other problem with these things is you get, these have had lots of belts over the years, so I'm just straightening those out so that it sits flat from the outside and it looks tidier. After a few bumps in the bumper bars, you end up twisting those all over the place. So we'll show you when it's back together again. See you for now.